beginning.
So, American Assassin is about a guy who loses his wife due to a terrorist attack, and which afterwards sends him on a path to try and wipe out dozens, if not all, of the terrorists in the world. And with doing so, puts him on the radar of the CIA, in which they recruit him to help them take down a terrorist threat. And just like every other movie, it has its good and its bad. So let's start off with the good. First, let me start off with, like, this movie had great fighting up in it. All the action scenes was done really well. Dylan O'Brien actually, he kicks ass up in this movie. Like, when you look at him and some of the scenes that he's doing, like the MMA moves and all that stuff, you kind of really get into it because he shows that he has been training to do this shit. And the action scenes look pretty good. When it comes to the action scenes, I was enjoying myself. They were actually done pretty well. And the acting is really good in this movie. Not all of it, but Michael Keaton, I want to say, is a standout in this movie. You get so drawn into this character. He does a really good job with this role that he was given. So that moves me to the bad stuff. This movie, Dylan O'Brien, though I am somewhat of a fan of his. I mean, I was rooting for him to be the new Spider-Man, but I mean, I like Tom Holland, so I can't argue with that. Dylan O'Brien in this movie, he wasn't really believable as a badass. I don't know if it was just his voice. I mean, he had the moves down packed, like the fighting and everything down packed. But his overall package, I just couldn't feel that he was a legitimate badass, that he was just this type of, like, just soldier who just goes around killing terrorists. I couldn't believe it. Like, all through the movie, I'm just sitting there like, this is not believable. I don't know if he just wasn't selling it right or what was going on, but I just couldn't get into it. The villain of the movie is kind of like I guess you could say, Marvel villain. He doesn't really show up too much in this movie except really towards the end. All through the movie, he pops in and out. So it's, in a sense, it's kind of like a Marvel film. Like, it's more revolving around the main character than anything. And that's what this movie was. I can't complain, but at the same time, Taylor Hitch did a good job, but he looked like he could have did better if he was given more screen time as the villain. But, you know, we get what we get. I enjoy him as the villain, but I wish I would have seen more of him. And so, did this movie do its job as an action film? Yeah, it did. I mean, you're going to be satisfied if you just want to go into this movie and just throw everything out the window and just enjoy yourself. This is one of those movies that you can do it with. It's not one of the best action films of this year, but it is a good time. You can find some enjoyment out of it. So with that, I'll give this movie a 7. It was good. It's enjoyable. And so that concludes my Take One movie review on the movie American Assassin. And I'd like to thank you guys for joining me. And I will catch you guys next time on the next movie review. Peace.